What's going on, everybody? Jonathan here, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at the MileIQ app. We're going to dive inside the app, and I'm going to show you guys how I've been using this app to categorize the drives that I'm taking and then further expense those drives so that I can get a little bit of savings on my taxes at the end of the year. So for those of you that are new here, I create a lot of content for the gig economy, and I love reviewing apps. So the MileIQ app is a great app for tracking expenses, specifically those that are mileage related. And if you're an independent contractor, then it's safe to say that mileage is a decent part of the expenses that make up all of your business expenses. Now, more specifically, if you drive for Lyft or Uber, or if you deliver in the gig economy, maybe for DoorDash, Grubhub, Amazon Flex, then most of your expenses are just going to be mileage related. So having a good mileage tracking app is very important. So I wanted to kind of dive into this app, and let's go ahead and take a quicker look at it. Now, as you can see when you dive into the dashboard, all of your drives are going to be automatically tracked and they'll pop up, so you can go ahead and scroll through all of those and see what they look like. It has a very nice display, and all of your drives are going to be very well categorized so that you can later kind of roll through them and just swipe on them individually to classify them as either business or personal. Now, you can set up the app a little bit further if you want to customize what type of business expenses these are. So for example, some of the expenses that I classified were for delivering for Amazon Flex, and that wasn't an option that was pre-built into the MileIQ system. So I went ahead and added that under settings so that I could specifically categorize those drives as Amazon Flex deliveries. So once you've gone through all of these different drives and started to categorize them, you can take a further look in your monthly report and look back to see the different drives that you've taken. Now, if we pull up mine, you can see that a portion of them have been categorized, but not all of them have yet. So there are some that have been listed as unreviewed. And as you can see, I currently have about $13 in expenses that I can take. And that just comes from multiplying the total mileage that I drove by the standard mileage deduction rate. But there's a potential for $86 total in expenses for all the miles that I drove. And so what I have to do is keep going through all these miles and further categorize them so that I can see how much of that total $86 I'm able to take. Another cool feature of the app is that it lets me kind of export these different logs. So if I want to go into specifically my July report, I can go ahead and send that to myself via email and check that out. It puts it in a nice little spreadsheet so that I have everything organized, and if I want to go back through and see what different drives I took and whether or not I expensed those, how many miles they were, what the value of those drives was, I can go ahead and do that within that spreadsheet. So when I'm setting up the app, a couple of things that I need to do is select what type of car I'm driving. So I went ahead and put that in there. The app has a cool feature that it can sync up via Bluetooth to your car if you do have that feature available in your car, which is a nice little addition to have in the app. When I'm driving, it's going to be automatically detecting all of the drives that I take, so I don't really have to do anything. The setup is really quite simple for the app, and then from there it's just going to automatically do everything for me. I can look back through these drives later and categorize them as I see fit for either business or personal. So overall, my thoughts on the app is that it has a really cool interface. I definitely like using it. It's easy to navigate. It's a very simple app that does exactly what I need it to do and has all the different features that I would need to track my expenses. Now for me, I've done a decent amount of rideshare and delivery driving, but I also have clients that I visit. So mileage is a huge percentage of my personal expenses, and I definitely need to be looking at this at year end when I'm doing taxes. Otherwise, I'm going to be paying significantly more than I have to. So I do like this app. I will say that there are other apps out there. QuickBooks Self-Employed is also an option, and Stride has a mileage tracker. So it's definitely worth looking into those and see if you like those as well. When you have multiple options presented to you, it always makes sense to check them all out, see if the features are worth the pricing. Maybe you can get a cheaper price or even a free app for tracking mileage with another app. And as long as that app covers everything you need for it, as long as it's adequately tracking all of your miles, and it has the features that you need to go ahead and export those at the end of the day, then you should be good to go. So make sure that you look into all the apps before choosing which one. I'm not going to stand here and tell you that MileIQ is the only one. It's definitely a nice app that's worth paying for because you're going to be getting more money back from it on expenses, but there are other options out there. So I want to make that 100% clear. With the free version of the app that I'm testing, I get 40 free drives every month. So if I'm gonna be delivering or doing rideshare, I'm probably gonna clear that really quick and have to pay a certain amount. And so it's $5.99 per month or $60 per year right now. And once again, I do think this is worthwhile because you make more of that back end expenses, but there are potentially cheaper options out there, so you have to look into those and test the apps, make sure they do everything you need them to do, because if, you know, as an independent contractor, you want to get the cheapest potential option. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, show me a little bit of love, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more app reviews. I do a lot of gig economy reviews, but I'm getting into some more cool app reviews. So if you enjoy technology and new apps that add value to your business, but also just let you do cool things in life, then make sure you check out more of my videos here.